You want them to let the child that is not only representing you, but also represents them, especially because you have, if this is your stepchild, attached yourself through marriage, the covenants of a family, to do nothing but let your child act a pure plum fool in whatever way of shape or form that may be at that time. You are absolutely delusional. If you have attached yourself to someone who you feel does not have the authority to discipline your child, then baby, what did you do it for?
Hello, beautiful people and fellow whiners, and welcome back, welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2. Wine About with your hostesses, Siobhan Camille.
And Tae Michelle.
Where sips get real and we wine while we wine. Y'all know. It is this here 4th Wednesday, so this one is for the culture. But this is bigger than just Black culture. We are going to talk about something pertaining to family.
We're gonna talk about family, y'all. Cause y'all, people
crazy, and people have a lot of opinions, and so do we. So we're gonna talk about family from personal experiences and such. So we don't need no degree, because I've been seeing a lot of people. Oh, yeah, people not degreed up. You don't need a degree to talk about stuff that you're living.
And that I'm living my day-to-day life with. Don't what?
So grab a glass of your favorite red, white, rosé. Join us on the couch, please. Don't drink and drive. If you are listening to this on your favorite podcast platform, come on over to YouTube. Find us at ALS2WA. And we are here for you. We are here for you.
We are here for you and all of the shenanigans of the world that we live in, of this crazy, I don't know, y'all. It's just a lot going on, right? As usual, it's life. Life is just life right now. And it's a lot going on, as always. So we want to talk about it a little bit, because who else better to talk about it? But us normal people, the regular, schmegular people, not your experts, not like the real people. Like, we still alive, we still out here, like the rational ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? The 9-to-5ers, not the full-time influencer life. The real people who get up in the morning and go to jobs, whether it be physically or virtually. Like, the real people who got real regular, schmegular jobs. Like, clock in. Us people.
Tap in.
That part. So we're gonna tap in on some of y'all ignorant conversations and the stuff that y'all be put out here in this here universe that we need to address. But before we do that, because as you can tell, I am a little passionate already. Sorry.
Already.
Off the top. But before we do that, we're going to jump right into the first segment of our show, which is our Popping Grapes experience. For those who are new, that just simply means we're going to introduce the new wines that we're tasting for the first time. And at the end of the show, we may or may not give you a wine review. You have to stay tuned to find out. So, Sissy, let us know what you are drinking for that experience today.
So, y'all, it's the end of February, but we're still keeping with our theme of romance and love themed wines. So I literally, can't get no more love than this, y'all. It is a rosé called Mon Amour by the Imperial Collection Premium. Actually, I think it's a rosé by Mon Amour. That is the brand, and this is their Imperial Collection Premium. It's also a vegan wine, y'all. Surprise.
Oh, okay.
It says little vegan okay in the top here. So yeah, I just got it because it literally says my love. The funny part about this is it's Italian, but Mon Amour is French.
It's French. Yeah. Yeah.
So no, it's not. I mean, I guess that's not bad, because America does that all the time, right? Like, just grab languages when you feel like it to
But
work.
and put them where they don't apply. I mean,
When they don't. So that's what I have here. I'm interested. I don't really have a smell. I guess it's great for it's light. It has a light smell. So I'm curious. We'll see.
Okay. I have the brand well, it's called Angel. I don't know if that's the brand. There's a lot going on with this. It's
Mm. Oh boy.
mango, and I'm trying to see what this thing. Do I have it on the back? Grape wine with natural mango flavor added. Mm-hmm. That's what it says.
That sounds sweet already.
It does. I feel like, most bottles that are shaped like this are dessert wine. So
That is a dessert wine bottle, yes.
like maybe that's what this is. It's a Bowman. Champagne.
How you spell it?
Shampe.
Champagne?
I said champagne. I'm not French, but yeah.
Is it a French wine? Okay. Usually it's on the back of the bottle. It'll say product of or something.
Girl, I can. Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
Moldova.
hmm?
Moldova.
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 Wow. That's a
I
new
was
one.
trying to stay with the French.
That's not French. Moldova is not French. So don't say French.
Moldova is French.
Listen, let's both our wines have French names by non-French places, apparently.
I was like, no, it says champagne.
Maybe that's their version though, Moldova. I don't know. Okay.
Moldova.
Well, we're here.
Moldova. Your name is not Moldova anymore. It's Moldova. Okay.
Moldova.
You're French.
Lord.
Oh, you know what I found out? Sidebar. It's not pronounced Gewürztraminer. It's pronounced Gewürztraminer.
Yes. Okay. Gewürztraminer. Yes. I can see that. It's German.
I said, oh, we've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Have been. Been saying it very American this whole time. My apologies.
Yeah, I know, but me messing that up made me think of that. So yeah, we're learning, guys. I clearly learning how to read. I guess that's business. But so yeah, let me pull this up because.
So how we got here, y'all, is this is brought to you. We usually do not try to do like the social media trends and things that are going on because we're probably gonna be late because we are two grown women with kids, lives, jobs,
lives,
other things happening. But when somebody does a tap in and tags us, or stuff pops up on our feed, and we want to engage with the people and the pages,
the algorithm,
the algorithm. And there are two things that happen. So number one, a video came up on our real feed that we are going to play for you. And we are going to respond to that real quick. And then there was another post that was somewhat related. Yeah. And we're really going to talk to y'all today about moms and stepmoms. Essentially, that's what this is about. And it's not even just moms. One is about moms specifically, boy moms. And the other part of this is step parents. Okay.
And as you all know, we both have had experience.
Siobhan, I am a half stepmother.
She is a half stepmother. The boys have determined she is their half stepmother, even if you all are not together. You are their half stepmother, period. We both are raising children. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. Yes, you all know we are blended. That is one of my husband and I's favorite movies, sidebar as well. So yes, we are blended with inactive other parents. For some, not all. So when I say we can speak to all aspects of this here thing, we can speak to all aspects of this here thing.
Yes.
Okay?
So the first thing is, let's address this. And it was a question. The post was a question, and it was the comments that had me like, what? So the post said, would you allow your spouse, the step parent, to discipline your child the same way his or her other biological parent would be able to? Now, y'all, I came across this and I was like, I mean, kind of some dependent stuff on here. Like, what age did you come around? How long have you been around? There are some, as with everything, it depends. But the comments, y'all, were so absolute and like, no, 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 no. And a lot of the people commenting were women, because this is a woman-centric page that posted the question. And it was like, no, 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 no. He can't. No, those my kids. Those are between me and him. No, a step parent is supposed to step in and just step this, and you step up. And there was one saving grace comment that I related to as a half stepmother that actually I believe came from a man, because he wrote, so you want the step parent to have all of the responsibility of raising this child with none of the authority? And to that, I said, thank you. Okay, because I thought I was crazy. And because I thought I was crazy, and I'm a half steppy in here, I thought I would take it to my sister, who is a full step in here, and ask, am I tripping? So I forwarded it unto Miss Ty A. Michelle with the question of, am I tripping? Like, am I tripping, y'all? Like, sis, what do you think?
And I came in, and I'm going to fly in with this here cape or badge of honor, a stepmom, bonus mom, Mommy Michelle, all of that right up in here. And I'm going to tell all them women who said no to shut them and sit them down. Period. As that gentleman said, oh, so no authority, right? So when your child, I don't care what age, decides to try you or them as children do, you want them to do nothing, is what you're saying. You want them to let the child that is not only representing you, but also represents them, especially because you have, if this is your stepchild, attached yourself through marriage, the covenants of a family, to do nothing but let your child act a pure plum fool in whatever way of shape or form that may be at that time. You are absolutely delusional. If you have attached yourself to someone who you feel does not have the authority to discipline your child, then baby, what did you do it for? What did you do it for? See, because let me tell you something now. I came into my oldest stepchild's life when she was 10. At 13, I checked my oldest stepchild and let her know I am not one to be played with. Period. What did her dad do? Backed me fully, because my stepchild overstepped her place as a child. So once I checked her, I informed her father, who then fully backed me up and checked me. Checked her as well and backed me. That was at 13. My son is 18 years old right now. If my son was to get out of line and his stepfather, or his daddy, as I call him, is there, he is going to check him as well. And then maybe let me know. Well, more than likely he'll let me know, because we like to laugh and stuff like that, because they just doing those stuff and think, what? No. And guess what? Okay. Because one, we all know men, boys need both a woman and a male and a female figure in their life. And that when I married him, that's when he stepped in to me. So I expect him to, just as well as he stepped up to take care of him, is to step up to discipline him. Now, see, the problem is a lot of y'all think discipline is whooping.
That's what I was
That's
told.
not all discipline is. Discipline can be, wait a minute, I'm gonna check you. That could be a talking to. Discipline can be, no, you want punishment. Discipline can be restriction. Like, come on, y'all. Let's not act like the only way to discipline a child is to just beat on them.
And put your hands on them right now.
And spank is. No. However, when my child was younger, if my son needed to ask me, then that's what I call it. Y'all call it spankings, I call it ass. Okay? If he needed it and I wasn't able to administer it, absolutely. He absolutely could, if it was necessary. Because again, and vice versa. Please understand vice versa. Because like I said, my oldest daughter was 10. My youngest daughter, when my husband and I first got married, was 2. And I mean fresh 2. Her birthday, December 1st. We got married on December 19th. So fresh 2. So those terrible tools, those teaching tools, that stage is when I came in. Mm. So yes, I had every right to pop her hand when she wasn't supposed to touch nothing. When she's about to touch this hot oven and we got it on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, with her being 11 right now and being a hot doggone terrorist at times, I put her on restriction. I jump in her butt. I do more discipline than he do.
You know what? That's a word, because I know as a half-step parent, and for those who don't know, the middle child gave me that because I'm not married nor with his father, and it was a whole thing last year. He came to that conclusion. That's where we live right now. And I may be there forever. I may forever be half-step mommy, even if I marry somebody else, and that's fine with me. That's my baby. But the point I'm bringing is I have disciplined the 2 youngest more probably than their parents, both of their biological parents, because they have spent more time with me, the half, than they have with their parents, because I got them from school. So 2:00 until their father came home at 8:00, they were with me. Hi. We did homework. We went to the Y so they could get some exercise and I could go to my class and work my own self out and not stress myself out. We did activities together. I was here for the pick that up, put that down, don't touch that, don't do this. What are you doing? When COVID was happening, which is when I moved in, yes, I did that. Because while their mother was too running the streets in the world to be bothered with them, and their father was out working to provide for them, they were at home with Miss Siobhan. So when discipline needed to happen, and as she said, it doesn't always have to be putting your hands on a child. If a talking to or a lecture needed to happen, if a quick hand pop needed to happen, when one of them decided to sit on the bottom bunk and just pee because he didn't feel like getting up to go 10 feet to the bathroom while his brothers were playing a video game because he wanted to watch, did I put my foot in his behind? Absolutely. And guess what? His father was on the phone when I did it. And guess what his mother said when she found out? Because her thing was, oh, you just let her hit him. And he was like, he sat on the bottom bunk and peed. Well, was he sleeping? No, he was wide awake. And I was on the phone. So I know he was wide awake. And what did his biological mother say? Oh, because she'd have done the same thing. Stop it. Stop it. And for all of you, as she said, for all of you who claim to be mothers, that you don't want your child to grow up to be a terrorist and a crazy person and a thug, and all of these dudes that y'all ladies are claiming you can't stand, guess why? They turned out the way a lot of them did. Because the only person who could discipline them was mom. And mom was so busy working 2-3 jobs and not really around, and she didn't discipline them, couldn't discipline them, wasn't there to discipline them. So really think about what you're saying, because you're complaining about a lot of these men. Any man that you see right now was once a boy. He was once a child. Every adult in this world was once a child. And so the amount that y'all complain about these men out here, because a lot of these women were the ones complaining, they didn't have a man. Where was the man in their life? Well, if their mother did what you're doing, and the man in her life could not discipline this boy, he became an undisciplined grown man, which is the problem that you're now having. See how that all comes full circle, lady?
Right, but also, I think a lot of people have lost the village mentality when it comes to raising a child. I understand traumatic things happen. Y'all, traumatic things happen without a village. In fact, you put your child in even more danger because you don't have them surrounded completely without the village. But don't nobody want to talk about that part. So nobody want to talk about that part. Everybody want to talk about the damage that the village caused, which is definitely an issue that needs to be addressed. But you don't want to talk about the dangers of not having. And so that's what step parents do. They step in on whomever's side to help camp, to help become a part of that village, to provide a hedge of protection around your children, who should be considered their children as well. Because let me tell you something right now. My baby boy, he stays between us and his mother. If his mother was to call in either of us right now, he coming. And guess who also understands that? The child. Mm-hmm. So when it's done the right way, with love, with care, and discipline from all parties, the child recognizes that and is raised in a healthier environment and full. Right now, that baby boy walks around. His story is even different from his other siblings. His story right now is, I got two moms. I got my mommy. He said, I got my real mommy, and I got my stepmom. And he wears that as a badge of honor. And why? Because we work together as a village to raise him. Mm-hmm. Period.
And what it shows the child is there's a unified group around them. And yes, there's a unified group that's going to get in your behind, but there's also a unified group that will take care of you. That's got your back. That will hold you
and celebrate you and teach you different lessons. They have so many other things to pull from. But y'all also worried about, you can't discipline them. Oh, okay.
And as the dude said, but you want the step parent to have all the responsibility with none of the authority. So you want, and I'm only speaking as if we're talking to step fathers, because I honestly hear more women say this. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's because we are women. And so we dealt with the man, but I have never heard a man say, oh, nah, she can't discipline my son or my daughter like the mom can. I've never heard a man say that. Ever. If you are a man and you have said that, or you feel that way, please let us know in the comments. If you are a woman a man has said that to you, oh no, you can't discipline my son, only his mom and I can, please let me know. And I'm not saying that there are none. I'm not at all saying there are none. There are no absolutes. But I am saying that when I hear this, oh no, you can't discipline my child, he can't discipline my child. It's always a woman coming in to say that her husband, we're talking about step in this situation, or even boyfriend, as the marriage rates are down, so people are living together but not actually getting married, can take care or can discipline the child. But you quick to be like, little baby needs new shoes. Little baby needs track money for a uniform.
Such and such. Can you pick up a pizza for him? For them?
Can you take him here? Can you drive him here? Can you buy this? So you want this person, your
birthday coming up. I was going to do X, Y, and Z. Did you want to do X, Y, and Z? Like, you're treating this person as a parental figure, mm-hmm. but they don't have no authority. And if that's the case, I would be just like them. I ain't doing shit. But if that's the case, then why you got them around? I don't understand. See, and I'm specifically talking to step, because step implies marriage. You can't be a step without marriage.
True.
So you're telling me you're okay with attaching your life to a person that cannot discipline your child. You have lost your ever-loving mind.
And then to that point too, because again, a lot of this is coming from women. Ladies, you can't be mad when these guys don't want to deal with women who have children. Because you're coming at him expecting him to be a man, which means he needs to be the provider and the protector and the head of household, but you don't want him to actually have the authority of head of household. That doesn't make sense. And you wouldn't, let's be real, ladies, you wouldn't sign up for that either. You would not sign up for that. If the roles were reversed and you had this little girl, because it's always boys and that people always do the same gender. If you had this little boy who was like cussing you out and his father didn't step in, you would not, and you couldn't defend yourself, you wouldn't be there. If you had this little girl, his daughter, let's say it's a man with a daughter, but he's like, oh yeah, can you take her to get her nails done? Can you drive her to ballet recitals? Can you take her to track practice?
Disrespectful. Absolutely not.
But she disrespectful to you, and you can't check her, you can't discipline her. You're not sticking around for that.
I hope not. And if you are, then baby, you need to go get some therapy. But that's a whole nother. Matter of fact, therapy, you need to go get some help because clearly you got low self-esteem. You don't know your worth. And I'm just saying just like that, period. Because if nothing else, everybody deserves respect. So if you're going to let a child, someone who doesn't even have the knowledge to take care of themselves completely, who legally can't even take care of themselves completely,
come at you because you're trying to hold on to the father, then that's a whole nother problem.
Oh, please. I wish you would. Go have some receipts. Period. Okay.
So what we're saying is, y'all, if you're gonna sit here, don't give people, and that man said it perfectly. Do not give people the responsibility of helping you raise your child if they're not going to have the authority to help you raise your child. Simple.
And so that led us to, because you know the algorithms. So that's that on that. But the algorithms was working. So that led us to this next clip. I'm going to play it. Now you heard everything we said in reference to disciplining and moms, step-parents, and all of that, and how this turns into how the child turns into a grown man, and how the men treats the women in X, Y, and Z, right? And this is why we say what we say. Listen to this young one, I'm not going to call young woman. This lady's thought process and what she's teaching her daughters and what she's putting out there telling other women. Listen to this, and I'm going to play it.
There used to be a time where meeting a man's mother for the very first time was deemed very special, and he saw you as the one. Oh, honey, but they have taught us women the wrong thing for so long, and we need to fucking wise up and start seeing this shit for what it is. The way that a man treats all his romantic partners is a reflection of how his mother treats herself and how she allows other men to treat her as well. Just because you meet his mother doesn't mean shit. Do not trust her when you first meet her. And trust me, she's going to be on her best behavior. She's going to be fake, phony, and she's going to size you up to see if you're anything trifling like she is, or if you're sweet and you can be played, because she has trained her son to use and abuse and play good women. And she will often team up with that toxic ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-baby mama that's a piece of shit like she is, while treating you like you're garbage, because she knows you're a better woman than she is.
Oh, Father, Lord Jesus, help us. Y'all, for real. Now, I will say this. There are a few things that she said that is correct. The part where back in the day, meeting someone's mom, it meant something. Yeah. That is absolutely true. Mm-hmm. Back in my parents' day, back in my parents' day, mind you, I am almost 40. Back in my parents' day, she is absolutely correct. That meant something. Finally meeting the person you're dating's mom was a big deal. Okay? I'll agree with that. However, my generation, for some, that went out the window, i.e., me. I met baby everybody mama that I did. And it wasn't because I was special. It was because I wanted to be their mama. Period. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is who I am talking to. Why do you have to be the one to meet their mother? No, no. I want to meet one. I want to meet your mama. So once she knows who I am, even if we're just dating, she knows who I am. Introduction. Hello. Now, is it true that all mamas, that when you meet this woman, you are to have your guard up? That's when you meet anybody. I don't think you should be comfortable when you first meet anybody. Like, let's be serious, okay? Now, does that mean that this woman is sizing you up? Because we know what sizing you up means. That means I'm trying to see if you a punk. I'm trying to see if you a pushover. Like, I'm not sizing you up. Like, mom, and if she is, then yes, that's a toxic mother. But most moms, especially the good ones, we're not sizing you up. We want to know who you are. We want to get to know you. We want to know what it is about you that our son sees in you that's of value. How it is that you and our son can, and I'm talking son because that's what she's talking about, how you are going to grow together, how you all are interacting with each other. Like, what does this look like, for you all? Potentially, I mean, I know just first meeting, I'm not thinking y'all about to go out here and have no kids, but if it lasts that long, what does that look like? And those are thoughts that we have. So yeah, but we don't take it aggressively and try to size you up. Like, no, we want to get to know you and who you are as an individual. Now, the other part of this is, as a woman, we also recognize gang keep gang.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay? So, which is why in this world that we live in today, appearance, having yourself put together, how you present yourself to the world, I don't care what anybody says, this is why it still matters. See, because if my sons come to me and you have on the thought lashes and your nails all the way out to Hing Hong Kong Wong, and you got the 36 inches, okay, where are your priorities? That's what I'm looking at. Okay, because I know off brick, your nails cost about $150. Your hair itself outside of installation, good $500-600, depending on where you get it from.
And how old is this girl too? Becomes the question.
And that's the other thing. How old are you? Because if you got all this done and you 16, why are you trying to portray that you're older than what you are? That shows me a lack of maturity somewhere, a lack of self-confidence somewhere. Now, as a mother, recognizing that, I also understand it's a fashion thing, but also as a mother, recognizing that it's not my job then to count. It's my job to get to know you, to see where you are. Because again, that appearance could literally be a facade. You can literally be a sound person. You just like 30-inch hair. You could literally be a clean person. I don't know how with these 30-inch nails, but hey, okay, you can literally be a nice girl. You can literally have a nice head on your shoulders. But how would I know that without having a conversation? Without getting to know you, not sizing you up. Yes, but that's also first impressions. And again, a mom's first impression could be wrong. Now, do I understand that there are some absolute toxic mamas out here? Absolutely, because as I said, I have met some mamas, and I will tell you, only 2 of them probably liked me while I was dating their son. After we broke up, I did not become the toxic girlfriend that they teamed up to talk about you with. No. They then recognized because the next one was not like, therefore that was I. They said, well, wait a minute, I need you to go back. And that happens too.
It does. It does.
Now, and it also happens in some ways that she was saying there's just some toxic people out here. So I am not going to say like she is just completely and utterly wrong, but for the most part, the majority of us are not that way.
My issue with this statement and the way she presented it, two big things. Number one was
sounded hurt, like she'd been through some things, like she was damaged.
That's I'm gonna get to that in a second. Number one was this. My issue is I'm tired of these big generalizations. Like her thing, because the caption to this or the title of this is
do not trust a man's mother when you first meet her.
And you're not saying do not trust a man's toxic mother, don't trust a good man's bad mother. You're literally saying don't trust a mother, period. And my issue with that is the same issue I had when people say, oh, men do this, oh, women do this, oh, Black people do this, oh, white people do this, oh, Asians do this, oh, people from the South do this, oh, people from the North do this. Because even when people want to do, oh, I'm talking about the majority. Can I be honest that y'all, mathematically, the only thing you need to be the majority is over 50%, which means if you are at 50.1%, you are technically in the majority. So when people keep doing this, especially like they like to do on social media, because I see so many people talking about, oh, that's y'all the exception. I'm talking about the majority. Oh, Black women, the majority of y'all not married. Y'all at least one of this. Y'all the most this. Black men don't do this. Y'all have the highest rate of this. Y'all are the majority of this. All you have to do to be the majority is be over half. All you have to do to be over half is 50.1%. You don't even have to be big. You can be 52% and you're still technically the majority. So you're just going to ignore the complete 48%. That makes sense to you? That's logical. Like this, my first problem with this was how she presented it as don't trust a man's mother, as if all men's mothers are that way. And while people will jump on the not all Black people, not all cops, not all women, the not alls. When you're talking about the majority, y'all act like people are talking about everybody. Let's be serious. And part of the problem with that is because you're not identifying the subgroup.
Right.
You're not saying toxic Black women. You're not saying unhealed Black men. You're not saying abused women who were abused. You're not saying men whose step parents couldn't discipline them. You're not saying any of the sub. You're just saying men, women, mothers. You're not saying any ghetto mothers, ratchet mother. You're not putting the subgroup that you're talking about. And you're expecting people to just hear this and go, oh, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But you called me. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't get to go, man, girls from New York act X, Y, and Z. I don't act that way. So what are you saying? Oh, well, I'm not talking about you. So if it's not about you, let it fly. I'm talking about girls from New York with 30-inch wigs. You didn't say girls from New York with 30-inch wigs, because had you made that disclaimer in the beginning, I'd have said, this isn't about me.
I'm going to tell I'm out.
You didn't say that. You said women from DC. You said women from DC ain't shit. You didn't say women from Northeast. You didn't say women from DC who went to XYZ high school. You didn't put that disclaimer. So then, but you get mad when people come at you and are like, I don't qualify. I'm not that way. Well, I wasn't talking about you. Well, how would I know you weren't talking about me if you put out an all call?
Right.
You weren't specific. And I'm supposed to just know who you were talking about? No, that's my issue number one with this video and just social media in general. My other issue with her is you already coming to the table talking about this men when you meet their mothers ain't shit. You're already coming to this table with hostility, madam. And that's what nobody really wanted to look at or recognize. Right. But when she first came out her mouth, because she ain't shit like you and because this woman is better than you, you already come into the table with an air of superiority toward this man's mother. But you're supposed to love this man. Maybe she's sensing your sense of superiority to her. And so she has an attitude because I'm sorry.
Or she has her guard up. Again, everybody in that meeting for the first time is new. Everybody's guards are up. And again, we are all different individuals with different backgrounds. Everybody's guards up look different. It's all about getting to know that person when you first meet them. Now, do you get vibes from people sometimes when you first meet them? Like, yeah, I ain't gonna really walk with you. We're not gonna really be cool. That's fine, but that's when the respect factor comes in. The way that this woman talked, she made it seem like it was just gonna be complete and utter disrespect the whole time. Let me tell you something. My son, 18 years old, right now, been with his girlfriend for 2 years. There is not a time, and she knows this, her mom knows this because we talk, her aunt knows this because we talk. There, even when we first met, the first thing I said to her, if this boy disrespects you in any type of way, if you feel threatened, if you feel like if you feel uncomfortable, you come let me know. One reason because I, as a mother, that's not who I'm raising.
Right.
That's not who I'm raising. That's not the environment he's been in. That's not the environment he's been brought in. Those are not the things that he taught. And I wanted her to know that no matter what, you are just as safe as he is. Because as long as you two are dating, guess what? I look at you as a part of him. So with that being said, the way I'm going to protect him, I am also going to protect you, even if that means I have to protect you from him.
True.
Because again, outside of that being my son, guess what? I am still a woman.
A woman, right.
And I truly believe in, we gotta stick together. So there's a level of commonality there between you and I that don't even have anything to do with him.
Right.
So let's recognize that and bond over that, and we can grow our relationship from there. And also, you two can continue to grow whatever relationship you have. But again, that is what most respectful, good moms who have implanted good values into their children, not just their sons, their daughters as well, good life values into them, like, hey, no, this is not how we treat people. This is that. This is what we do for this. This is what courting looks like. This is what dating looks like. This is what relationships look like in both good and bad times. And when you're doing that, a good mom is not displaying what's this woman, because she ain't young, woman is talking about. Like, and it's my issue is women like her that is spitting all this stuff out, and it's so many of us that are completely opposite of that.
Because whatever woman you're talking about is really truly not the majority. It's not. Because if that type of woman were the majority, there'd be a lot less of a lot of things and a lot more of a lot of other things. What I will say is, as far as sizing up, I'm a sizer. I am that half-step mommy. I am that God mommy. I am her. She is me. We are one. But it's because I recognize the balance. Because I also recognize there are trash women out here. Because I'm raising the son of a trash woman. So with that, my guard is up to any female to an extent, because while I recognize, I need to know who you are, as she said. And I need to figure that out, because both sides of my head there are going to be two sides of my head that do this.
Mm-hmm.
You can either, I'm going to relate to you as a woman, because as she said, there are things that we are going to relate to as women, but you might be like their mama. And I don't want any of these boys with a woman like their mama. So if that's who you are, you're going to have to go. So as far as me sizing you up, especially depending on the child, because I know one of these three boys is more emotionally available to people and sensitive, and you're not going to play with that. Because as a mother, whether half, whether step, whether whatever, if you are a female in the position of raising a child and caring for a child, even if you're not necessarily raising them, but caring for them, then you're going to want to protect that child. And while, yes, y'all are in a relationship, if I'm just meeting you, I don't know you, my allegiance is to my son. Does that mean that if my son is ganging up on you with his ex-girlfriend trash? No, because as a woman, and this goes for my best friends, and one of my best friends can attest to this, I'm still, whether I like your girlfriend, whether I like the mother of your children or not, I still don't abide by cheating. I'm still going to call you out on it. Even as your best friend. If you out here cheating on your girl, I'm going to be like, yo, as a woman, cut it out. Even if I'm your mother, stepmother, half stepmother, and I see you doing crazy, hey, as a woman, I wouldn't appreciate that. Cut that out. That's not okay.
Yeah, but
women, I think, operate in that way. But I'm not, and when I say sizing up, it's not necessarily going to be an aggressive, but it is that matter of I'm trying to figure out who you are. And I guess me, the New York in me, is like, I'm sizing you up, bro, because that's how we look at it. That's what we would call it and consider it. But it is a matter of getting to know you. It is a matter of guard. It is a matter of protecting my child.
Right.
Because you may be a toxic woman. And quite frankly, especially if you come into me already with this attitude of superiority for whatever reason, or this attitude of, because his mama ain't, all the stuff that the energy that this woman was projecting, if you're coming to this man's mother like this, or this boy's mother like this, depending on the age, you already gonna have a problem.
Yeah, already. See, but also, we also got to determine, you have to look at it this way, depending on the age. If we're talking about children, I'm not sizing up a child.
No, I'm thinking adult now. I was talking adult.
Now, but see, that's the even part. As adult as my son is going to get, he's always going to be my child, which means anybody that he's dating is still a child to me. See, so I'm not sizing up a child. Now, when you become an adult child, that's exactly what you are, an adult child. And where I am, and this might just be where I am in my life, I ain't got time. I will talk to my son and let him know what I see as a woman and let him make that decision. However, I will not allow any disrespect. Is my guard up to protect my kid? Yes, absolutely. However, we also got to understand something that we know when raising children. You bring the mic a little bit closer. They make their own decisions.
They are independent.
They are independent thinkers. At least that's what I think we're raising. They gonna fuck up. Just like we fucked up.
You cannot control.
You can't stop
You
that.
can't control them. You cannot control another person.
To do with their mom.
Nope.
That could literally be a them thing. Do you not know how many men are sitting in jail right now that were raised in 2-parent households, that were very healthy, had no issues as far as that, completely no right from wrong, and they still sitting in jail for doing something dumb. They still decided to hit the woman that was dead. They still decided to do X, Y, and Z. And it could have just been one time, but it was that one time that landed them there. But guess what? That was a decision for them. They made that decision.
Anybody who...
So I talked about relinquishing responsibility. That is part of this. That is part of this. When they go out here in this dating world, you have to trust that you have installed and talked and shown them all of the things, if not all, majority of the things that are right, that are good, so that they can prosper in life with whomever they choose to share this life with. Now, if they go out there and start doing things opposite of what you taught them, that is not a reflection of you. And this is something that, again, I am still coming to terms with on certain things. And I look at my parents and be like, y'all really had to go through this? Like, how did this not stress y'all out and kill y'all? Because a lot of y'all know y'all had change things every night, and ever since me recognizing I'm going to have to relinquish. We can't control their actions. We can teach them good. If they go out here and decide to do something stupid, something dumb, something bad, that is not necessarily a reflection of you as a parent. Okay?
At any age. Because let's be serious for a minute, that with parenting, because we both been parenting, you can instill, you can teach, you can show, you can tell. It's a couple things. Number one, they're going to have to go through things before they can even know what's wrong anyway. You're not going to know don't touch something hot until you touch something hot and go, that probably wasn't smart. We all learn. Let's be serious. All of us sitting on these couches, because y'all sitting with us on the couch. Everybody on the couch has made a decision that went against what your parents told you or taught you. Everybody. You are not going to tell me there is not one time, even if your parents said turn left, that you were like, I'm going to just turn right just because. Whether you did it to be rebellious, whether you did it because I want my own experience, whether your mother told you,
curiosity,
whether your mother told you, don't go talk to that boy, and you did it anyway, whether your father told you, hey, don't go over there, and you went over there anyway, regardless of what it was, and whether it's your parent, whether it was a teacher, whatever authority figure, you made your own decision because you wanted to, especially if you want with a stubborn spirit, okay, or a rebellious spirit, or I'm gonna just do what I want. I'm gonna do me. Let's be serious, y'all, okay? Children are a lot the same way, and they are only but so much a reflection of you because they still have natural abilities, natural talents, all of these things. Just because your mother was Janet Jackson and she could bust a move all over the place does not mean her child can dance.
Slim.
It doesn't mean that. Just because your mother may have been Julie Andrews and she could bust an aria does not mean you could sing. Okay? I am extremely intelligent. The man on the couch is extremely intelligent, and I realize these are not my bio kids. They mama questionable. But the point is, we work with the autistic child, but guess what? He's autistic, y'all. So even to be like, oh, his grades are a reflection of what? His autism. That's not me. We sit at the table. We have instilled in him. We have taught him. We have worked with him. Some concepts he gets faster than others. Some things he struggles with. Yes, he can get better. He is getting better at reading. He's always pretty good at math, but let's just use reading. He's better at reading. Do I ever expect that boy to come in here with an A on any reading, anything? No, I don't. We could sit here and read till the cows come home. That's not your strength. That's not who you are. That's not what it is. That is not a reflection of his father. His father reads very well. That may be a reflection of his mama, but that's not a reflection of his father. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other part. It's not always about us. You can't say, oh, you didn't teach him. Because I get tired of hearing, especially when it comes to adults, who raised you? After a certain age, we are responsible for ourselves.
Look, yeah, because I know I got siblings. Okay? I got siblings. When I said we was raised in the same house, like same house, same instructions, same rules. Damn, they went to this point. No, we all did go to the same school. Like, one behind the other. Damn near same teachers. Like, same.
The decisions and choices y'all made were not all the same.
Nowhere near it. Even to this day, to the point where I question, what did you not get that I got? What? And it's simply perception. And I know we say that because we have to keep those things in mind when we start talking about who our children start dating and who they bring to us. Let me tell you something. I told my son, I hope you bring to me every girlfriend that you date. One, I want to know who she is. Two, I want to know. Now, part of this that I did for she missed out on one is this. If she got that head with all that energy, with that same thought process that she has, if he is a reflection of his mama, then who he chooses to date looks like his mama.
Potentially, yep.
No, according to her, they would definitely look like his mom. So guess what you're looking at? A younger you. So if you don't like the person, mama, then you probably just like her. If you thinking that toxic and with that much toxicity, you probably just like her. So do something.
The other part is, and I'm gonna just say this real quick. You so quick to jump on her mama. What about your mama? That's it.
Because you will be a reflection of who? Your mama. With that same mentality that you're trying to apply to this situation. Like what? You literally said the mama's going to protect her son and she's not gonna like you, she gonna size you up and pretty much do everything to, break out, bring out down. Well, if that's the type of woman that he's attracted, the type of woman that he's attracted would make you think that way. Most, as society says, most people date their mothers or their fathers.
And most people definitely
they either go to one or two extremes. They date their mother or their father, or they date completely opposite.
I'm that person.
So
That's me. That's me.
Who your son is choosing? Are you upset, one, because that young lady is completely opposite of your toxicity? Then that's jealousy, baby. And I need for you to grow up. Two,
Well, she's saying it from she's going to meet the mom. So she's the girlfriend.
right. And that's what I'm saying. If you're completely, if she's the same, she might be the same as the mom.
True.
So if that's the case, then both of y'all toxic. Both of y'all ain't no good. But let's say that's the mama's attitude, and the son has decided to date someone completely opposite, but he wants you to meet his mother. One, because you don't know what the son has confided in the girlfriend. My mama is X, Y, and Z, and this is this, that, and the other. Yes, I'm gonna take you to meet her because she's my mama, but I want you to be prepared. Your son could have prepared her for your toxicity. Your son you don't know what vision or prelude your son may have given the girlfriend about you.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is she is the girlfriend. So what I'm saying, well, to the other side of that, if you are the girlfriend and he's told you that his mama is X, Y, and Z and toxic, then you knew that when you walked in the door. So what's all this for? And if you like, oh, because the mama, because you ain't shit as a mama and you teaming up with the toxic ex-girlfriend, well, pause also. Because people, if you acknowledge that the ex-girlfriends are toxic, and people tend to date in a pattern, unless you are a complete him after therapy and health changes, which is possible, getting to you, then aren't you just as toxic as the exes? Which then aren't you just as toxic as the mama?
Which then makes you the same.
But you think that you're superior. Because again, a lot of the vitriol that was stated and the aggression and the anger that came through was like, well, if the mama doesn't like you, she might actually have a reason. And to your point, you also don't know what the son has said to either one of you about the other.
And let's be honest, sometimes children do children things where they play people against each other. Why? Because again, that also depends on the environment and the child. The child might just like drama, Layla. You know what I'm saying? Then you got some children that like peace. Malcolm. You know, so again, but this also, you have to know your child.
Yes.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
You have to know who you're dating.
Like, what did you show your child? And as the girlfriend coming, like if I'm the girlfriend dating a guy and I go meet his mom for the first time, I have my guards up, but I'm never disrespectful. I'm never disrespectful.
Right.
So if met with disrespect is okay, duly noted. That don't mean I have to jump on the toxic train. That doesn't mean, and it's that doesn't mean that he's going to treat me the way that his mother has. We have seen too many damn movies where the mama, what is it, Think Like a Man, 1 and 2, the mama was just wrong about the young lady. And she had to come to terms with that. Now that's a movie. In real life, sometimes they don't ever come to terms, okay? And you got to understand that too. But it's people, my issue is her spitting this narrative that is all mamas. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. And I need for us, I need for us to stop getting everybody a goddamn microphone. Stop
while we talking microphones. But yes, I got you.
Yes. Some people just should have, some. Or do this. Let's not listen to everything we hear. Like I said, we regular people who live in real life. Let's apply some thought to what we're hearing.
Let's use discernment to listen to what we listen to. And let's be clear about the people and the groups we're addressing if we have a microphone. If you have a mic, it is your responsibility to be clear. That's called effective communication. And y'all, we can talk about that in the whole, that's a while for another time. But that's called effective communication. Screaming out men and then getting mad when every man comes running and knocking on your door to then say, oh, I was only talking about men with brush cuts. Ma'am, say that in the beginning. Screaming, ladies. And every lady runs to your door and you like, oh no, I was only talking about the strippers. Say that at the beginning. See, and I know that a lot of this is throwing these generalizations around for clickbait, but Is clickbait really worth ineffective communication? We have to do better, you guys. We have to do better. We have to do better. We have to do better. I'm sorry. We have to do better. We have to do better.
Agree. We got to do a lot better, y'all. I'm sorry. I saw that, and I don't normally comment or things like that, but when I saw that, I said, no. The first conversation I had with my child's girlfriend, again, because she was a child, what she still is, like, was, hey, how are you? Why not make the girlfriend feel like she's in a safe environment?
But that goes to her saying that the mother's going to be fake. But that, again, and I will say this to that, and then I swear I'm done.
Why does me not being hostile equates to me being fake?
Why are you automatically assuming she's fake? Whether she comes at you full throttle on some gangster shit, or whether she comes at you on some My Little Pony with rainbows, hey, how you doing? Here's some sprinkles. Why are you assuming that this woman is automatically, that mothers are automatically going to come to you fake? A lot of what was stated seemed like very personal projection.
Yes.
And that's the issue with handing people microphones. You have a microphone should not be used to spit your personal, to generalize based on your personal, without giving greater thought to context. If you're going to talk about a specific type of mother, then do it. Because again, you have people then fighting in your comments, which I guess boosts the algorithm. So yeah, for you. Because people will say, not my mother, not me as a mother. And then others will say, well, she's not talking about you. She's talking about this type of woman. Then she needs to say, that's the type of woman that she's talking about. And not do this big, don't trust any man's mom. Because there are a lot of boy moms out here, male moms out here, guy moms out here who do not fit that narrative.
No.
And you just saying, don't trust guy moms, you called this group.
Like to the point where literally my son be like, I'm ever nicer to you than she is to me. It's not that, son. It's not that I'm nice. One, where she's an extension of you, she's not my child.
Right.
So there's a certain level of responsibility that I don't have. So it's a little bit of freedom in that. So that's not that. Two, I don't know what fully, like I know who she is, but I don't know fully what she's been taught, to the fullness of what she's been taught. I have a general idea, absolutely. And do I think it's good? Yes. But I don't, what I'm saying? I don't know, and I don't want to disrupt any of her teachings. Now, of her upbringing. Now, I will educate her on other options, and then let her make her, her decisions and things like that. But that's the same thing I do to you. It just might look different because I'm your mom.
And it's also a matter of you don't know this her experiences, and it's also going to look different because y'all are two women, and there are things that you and her are going to be able to talk about, bond about, that you are never going to
have absolutely no idea about. Okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up my final thoughts. My final thoughts is be careful what microphones you are listening to. That's one. Two, let's not generalize all mamas. Three, and finally, get off of step parents' back. Leave us alone. If you don't want a step parent, then make your relationship work with the
bio
fathers of your children, and leave us out of it. Don't create a step parent if you don't want step parent issues.
My final thoughts: beware of the energy you're bringing to the situation, per the second lady. And I really only have two. And for the steps, don't bring people in to have responsibility over your children if you're not going to allow them authority over your children. That's it.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that was
terrible. Good Lord, what was?
I think it was a little better. It was the way I was holding the glass. I was like, cheers to that.
Cheers to that, Lord.
Sissy, are you waiting to give your review of your?
I am, because we have our wine out this Saturday at 3. We off a week, y'all. life, okay? Life. I told y'all in the first one we came back, life be lifing. I said what I said. So I'm gonna just give y'all the facts about this wine, and I'll give y'all my rating this Saturday. So this rosé comes from red grapes grown in our best vineyards of Adriatic coast. The color is brilliant, lively rosé with clear notes of cherry on the nose. I didn't really get the cherry, but okay. Harmonic and fresh taste to match your vegetable and fish soup. I've never had fish soup in my life. Pizza like cheeses. This is 12.5 ABV. And once again, I have the rosé. It says Vino Fermo Rosato by Mon Amour, their Imperial Collection period. Premium, and this is a vegan wine. So if you're looking for a vegan wine, hey.
Okay, and for my angel, it don't have none of that on that.
What's the ABV though? At least
I'm about to tell you. This joint says 16.
Woo! It's a dessert. I think I have one high. It's gonna be a lit wine out, y'all.
Oh, this charcuterie board. I know I just said wrong. This charcuterie board is about to have to be delicious. I have to ask the husband to fix some steak bites.
We need some steak.
We need some steak for this one. And it's not because we got raised. It's because everything's just Valentine's.
It's high. This was happening when you do love. Everything love is dessert or close to it.
Everything love is close to get you intoxicated so you can go and try and make some babies.
They know you irresponsible when you intoxicated.
When you get intoxicated, you're irresponsible. See, that's why I say I don't drink it dry.
Don't drink it lay down either. Don't drink this.
Don't drink it. I had to stop myself. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for this episode, and we would like to thank you for joining us. As we ranted a bit about social media this week, on this week's episode, be sure to join us each and every Wednesday at 12 noon on your lunch break for a new episode with more laughs, more fun, and of course, more wine. We are your hostesses, Ty and Michelle.
And Siobhan Camille.
Be sure to join us
this Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday. Right here on YouTube live or Instagram at ALSW2.
ALS2.
ALS2WA. Yeah. And I ain't even had a whole bunch. On IG, we go live on both platforms, so be sure to join us this Saturday at 3 p.m.-ish for our wonderful wine out that we have. And last but not least, remember, as always,
there's nothing wrong with a little wine.
Or a lot. Or one with a high.
Or ABV. Man, listen.